6:48, time for the morning rush. A former Hope Christian elementary school teacher accused of sexually abusing two female students will remain behind bars until trial. Yesterday, the prosecution argued to keep the girls' former teacher, Kelly McEachran, locked up until trial. The defense argued that their case by trying to discredit the other victims coming forward, but ultimately the judge sided with the prosecution. A man accused in a 7-year-old homicide is waking up behind bars this morning. 36-year-old Uriah Smith was tracked down in Juarez, Mexico on Tuesday night and taken into custody. Smith's arrest stems from a long-standing investigation into the 2018 homicide of Donalda Shortman. The suspect, who police say robbed an elderly woman in Santa Fe, is waking up behind bars this morning. Sarah Cano is accused of robbing a 75-year-old woman back on July the 10th, causing the woman to fall from her wheelchair. Last Friday, detectives say that they found Cano's car. She was then arrested and booked into the Santa Fe County Adult Detention Center. Ryan.
Partly to mostly clear skies in southeastern New Mexico. It's pretty humid at the Sierra Blanca Airport in Ruidoso. Some puffy clouds over Sierra Blanca Peak. 59 right now in Ruidoso. A bit breezy, 82% humidity. Flash flooding is expected today, with lower high temperatures ahead.
Funeral services for a Doña Ana County Sheriff's deputy killed in a crash while on duty will take place later on this morning. Deputy Antonio Alaman died in the line of duty on July the 8th after being involved in a crash with a semi that was on I-10. This morning, the procession to St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church in El Paso begins at 10:30. The funeral mass will start at 10:45 and is open to all mourners. A New Mexico man who survived one of World War II's most horrific events has passed away. 105-year-old Valdemar de Herrera survived the brutal Bataan Death March. That is where the Japanese Imperial Army force-marched more than 70,000 American and Filipino war prisoners more than 25 miles. The former soldier leaves behind 6 children, 19 grandchildren, 29 great-grandchildren, and 4 great-great-grandchildren. As the state observed the 80th anniversary of the day that the U.S. military tested the first atomic bomb at the Trinity site, some New Mexicans who lived nearby celebrated a milestone of their own. Tina Cordova, co-founder of the Tularosa Basin Downwinders, led other victims in unveiling a new sign near the Trinity site entrance. A map on the sign's side gives a glimpse into how many people were living near Trinity site in 1945. Ryan.
And smoke aloft is still partially settling down toward the surface, especially in the Four Corners. But you could see that flow moving closer towards Arizona. Higher amounts of smoke at the surface in northern Arizona. We'll see that moisture plume from the south push that smoke away from the region.
Bernalillo County and the city of Albuquerque are now investing $4 million into local behavioral health care, and they are asking providers to apply to receive some of that cash. The funds are a part of the city and county's combined share of New Mexico's opioid settlement funds, giving the state about $150 million over an 18-year period. Both say the behavioral health providers must submit proposals by August 7th. One New Mexico college is now receiving a major investment to address the state's need for more social workers. Eastern New Mexico University's social work program has received a nearly $2 million grant. It's from the federal government. The university says that money will be used to recruit and support 40 Masters of Social Work students over the next 10 years, with a focus on supporting Hispanic students. Balloon Fiesta fans, they are getting now a first look at this year's poster. This year's poster was painted by Jason Valencia, a Native American born and raised in the Pueblo of San Felipe. Valencia said he wanted to not only capture the magic of Balloon Fiesta, but the culture surrounding it. Ryan.
And taking a look at traffic right now, no major accidents nor slowdowns. Construction, though, causing still some delays around the Big I. Taking a look at tracker heading around I-40 near 6th Street. You do notice the influx of cars on the roadways, but traffic other than the Big I is moving mostly along pretty well. And we'll have more updates later this morning commute.
Well, one land artist has now created an image of Pope Leo XIV by using his tractor to carve his likeness into his field in northern Italy. Artist Dario Gambarin jumped into his red tractor to trace the outline of the pontiff on his 270,000 square foot field. Gambarin left the green grass on the face of His Holiness, calling it the creation, the Green Pope.
And now it's time for the 5 facts. At number 5, Balloon Fiesta fans are getting a first look at this year's poster. And this year's poster was painted by Jason Valencia, a Native American born and raised in the Pueblo of San Felipe. Valencia said he wanted to not only capture the magic of the fiesta, but the culture surrounding it, as Balloon Fiesta has been working with local artists since 1979.
At number 4, less than a week after its opening, flooding has now forced a one-of-a-kind trail in Tijeras to shut down. A storm caused damage to several sections around the Tijeras Biozone Education Center. Now, volunteers are already clearing the debris, and they will soon remove fallen railings. There's no time limit as to when the trails will reopen. Parks and Rec officials expect the ADA features in the area to remain intact.
And at number 3, flash flooding is possible to likely in places like Tijeras, but even expected around the Ruidoso complex of burn scars to the Hermit's Peak Calf Canyon burn scar. Hail, strong winds in the Northeast Highlands, and storms pretty likely around the metro this evening. More chances of rain tomorrow, and temperatures around normal for this time of the year with breezy conditions.
At number 2, as the state observed the 80th anniversary of the day that the U.S. military tested the first atomic bomb at the Trinity site, some New Mexicans who live nearby celebrated a milestone of their own. Yesterday, Tina Cordova, co-founder of the Tularosa Basin Downwinders, led other victims in unveiling a new sign that is near the Trinity site entrance. A map is located on one side to give a glimpse as to how many people were living near Trinity site. And at number 1, a former Hope Christian elementary school teacher accused of sexually abusing 2 female students will remain behind bars until trial. One of them saying that the incident happened during this past school year, and the other during the 2016-2017 school year. Yesterday, the prosecution argued to keep Kelly McEachern locked up, noting that he was allowed to visit the school even after the allegations came to light. The defense argued their case by trying to discredit the other victims coming forward. And ultimately, the judge sided with the prosecution. McEachern's attorney says they plan to challenge the ruling.